Okay, so the main reason that we're playing this card is because Vanilla Dark Magician is a vanilla monster. So, I mean, obviously it does not have an effect, which is problematic because, I mean, banishing one card off circle really isn't enough. Like, sure, you can set Crackdowns and Solemns and whatever other stun variant shenanigans you want to do, but at the end of the day, it's just like playing any control deck. Like people trying to play like actual like border stun, just going summon border set 4 or 5 with demise, whatever. That only gets you so far. Is basically my point. Like you have no way to gain resources outside of activating Pot of Extravagance in pure Dark Magician control. So you'll see what I've done to supplement that issue later in the profile, but the main reason we're playing this guy is because he has an effect. He does something when he's on the field, and what that effect is when a Speller Trap or face-up Speller Trap effect is activated, he pops a card. So your circles, your traps, your spells, any of your spells, your opponent's cards, it's going to pop something. Which is surprisingly, it targets and it destroys. So in Yu-Gi-Oh! That just sounds terrible, but surprisingly, I don't know, it's halfway decent because if you're interrupting your opponent's combo with this guy, it just seems to cripple certain decks. And then obviously you can play through it all day, but there's more things to back him up that we'll get to later. So anyway, 3 of the vanilla. We're playing advanced. We don't ever want to draw it. It's plain and simple. Opening, it's fine, I guess, because like if you don't get here, you at least have this. But that's not what we're trying to do. I'm trying to summon the big blue boy. So we're going to play 2 of these, so we can summon the big blue boy. And this is mostly to get the spell, because outside of Extra Foolish and Sending Herald, there's no, and Incantations, which are just terrible, there's no like real way to search the spells. I think Incantations are only good in something like Necros. It's like all ritual monsters and 3 of this card. But at any rate, that's why we're playing this dude, just because we need advanced. There's actually only one other normal summon in the deck, and that's Blue Boy. And we're not playing Rod because of a card choice that I believe is actually like heavily underrated by just most Dark Magician players in general. But at any rate, we're playing this as the other normal summon, and there's, of course, the 1 and the 1. I'm not playing more than one of this because you'll see in a moment how many draw spells that this deck plays. Like opening this actually isn't terrible, because there's ways around opening this and bricking. But just when you're digging and you're trying to get to your combo pieces to set up your Eternal Soul, Circle, and the Ritual guy, you don't want to draw the other one of this. So we're just doing 1-1-1. And, this is this, and that is that, and this, like I said, drawing it sucks, but there's ways around it. At any rate, so we got all that. Playing just 1. This is mostly because I don't own Phantasme. If I had 2 copies of Phantasme, then this would come out, and there's another choice later on that would also be cut for the Fantastical Boy, but we don't have that. This says draw 1 card, this says draw 1 card, and this says draw 1 card. Yeah, your opponent gets to draw a card, but you also don't die, which is like really important, seeing as how this is, fucking dog shit, tier 5. So, yeah, we're playing this card. Sometimes giving them the draw matters. I was going to say it doesn't, but that's just a lie. Sometimes it does. This card also says draw 1 card. Under the circumstances that we've probably already activated Secrets or Into the Void or either of these 2 cards or whatever. But at any rate, yeah, this is just a good engine. This is played in tons of stuff. But here's the spice on this end of things. So we're playing 3 of this, of course, but we're also playing 1, 1, and 1. And this would come out for Phantasme. But the reason I'm playing this is because I'm just a sack, and I open 2 of these, like, constantly. So, you'll go drones, and then you activate drones, and then, whatever. You get your Kagari, you get this back, and then you search the Anchor, and then it's like that card's just completely dead now. And if we have Magician's Soul, I could also even justify cutting this for just the sole purpose of like opening 2 still facilitates her to allow you to draw cards. But we don't have that card yet, and I imagine that this might be limited by the time that card comes out. But it's fine, because once that new support comes out, this deck does just get even better. At any rate, yeah, this would come out for Phantasme because, opening multiples of the Ritual Guy plus preps, this is just terrible. And like opening multiple Vanilla Dark Magician sucks too. So like Phantasma is actually needed. I'm not trying to drop $220 to play just this. Yeah, we're not talking about it. Anyway, double because we don't want to open a million copies of the Ritual, like I just said, and I don't have Phantasmas to fix my hand. And then we do have to play 3 of this card because you either need to see it in your opening hand or get to it with Manju. And then like obviously opening these 2 plus the Ritual Guy is just busted because you get summon 2, and then the God Hand would be plus this and Soul. But I'm only playing 2. And the reason being is because we play all those draw spells. And revealing this off of itself is just fucking abysmal. It's terrible. Because you just literally need anything else. Like this card. And this is the card that I was saying is actually completely just and utterly underrated. This is just Rod. This is literally just Rod's effect. We have to banish 2 spells from your graveyard, which isn't a problem. Because it's like you go Secrets, Knowledge, Into the Void, Upstart, One Day, etc. Any of those in combination with the spellbook combo, and then your Sky Striker shit's live, and then after that, going forward, you can just activate this towards the end of everything and get the final piece. If you don't have the circle yet, you get the soul, or vice versa. And even if you already have them and you get this, like you end up drawing into this, that's fine. You just go get another Eternal Soul because your opponent's just going to blow it up anyway, more than likely, unless you're just the GOAT and you open just God Hand, like the true God Hand, which would be this advanced, the guy, and then the full setup, so you can go into Dragon Knight and then just have the Ritual Guy on your turn, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I had some pretty nutty openings with this, like set Impermanence, set fucking Widow Anchor with Dragon Knight, E-Soul, Circles. Yeah, it gets a little wild if you get lucky enough. But so we're playing 3 Soul, and like I said, we're playing this card because we're playing a bad deck, so like you have to find as many ways as possible to facilitate some sort of crutch. So, I mean, I just don't think there's room for cards like Ash Blossom and any of that. And, like, this is a trap, so, like, it's super good. Like, I mean, all hand traps are good going first or second. I was going to say this is super good going first, too. But, like, I feel like this is the best card out of all of the hand traps going first. So, yeah, that's that. That's the main deck. It is the Potential Spice. So, we have the Sky Striker token is mandatory. All right, that was... Anyway, this is out of order. So you play 1, and you actually play 1 of this too, because there's just, there's times when you open drones and you just send the engage, and then you get there from that. We're playing this card because getting impermed on your Manju going second is awful. And this also is how we can play around opening Knowledge. But it doesn't work going first, of course, which does suck, but there's even ways around that. And then this is for whenever they negate your Blue Boy, and you have Engage, or just Striker cards in general, so you can go into this and, you can still play, is the idea there. This one, it's just generic. there's nothing else to say about it. This boy broke. You can do some nutty stuff with this guy. I mean, like, we're only playing the 3 targets, which is, like, sketchy at times, but this guy is, that guy's a spice. I wouldn't say it's broken, but it just facilitates just digging, which is all we're trying to do here is draw cards. So you play 1, 1, and 1. These cards don't need explanation. They're just good. You play Daddy Longlegs because, yeah, it's just free in this deck. And I know I'm crying about Phantasme, but the reason I have this is because I actually pulled an Ultimate Rare Pot of Desires, and my buddy had this at the time, and I needed this for this deck. So it was like, we'll trade for it, and yada yada. He was only... I want to say he was like 50s then or something like that. The Desires was 60. It's just, whatever. Homie deals. One of this guy and one of this guy, because I'm not playing Extrav, so like, I don't know. Outing this is kind of difficult for most decks. Like, once you have it under E-Soul, and the only way we're losing it is Called by the Grave. And this guy's just super niche. This is like for killing your opponent, and there's just times where this is occasionally better than this. But at any rate, that's the 2 fusions you play. You play one of this guy because he's like the best Exceed for the deck, and then this is for time. And this card's probably just gonna get cut. I don't know what this is yet, but it's probably just gonna come out. Yeah, no Link 4. It's never happening. You're literally just never summoning a Moral Sword in this deck. Side deck is pretty just standard shit. We're respecting Orcus around here. We're respecting combo decks, and this is a spell. That's why we're not playing Nibiru. You're just playing Engage, so it's like the same logic as Striker. I hate Thunders. I hate back row decks, and this is for whenever I'm playing against go second decks and they make me go first. And we just flip this bad boy on them, and it's just not fun for anybody except me, because I just Eternal Soul guy back once per turn, but and maybe going to Dragon Knight. But yeah, that's that. By no means is this deck good, but it's just, I don't know, like, no one talks about the Ritual guy, so I figured I could, you know, put my build out there, because I've been testing with this for some time, and I play it at locals a lot, because we have a free tournament every Thursday, so, I mean, it's, I don't have to pay, so, I mean, I might as well play a fun deck, but yeah, man, that's the list. You can tell me if you have any suggestions in the comments outside of don't play this deck or kill yourself, you fucking faggot. But, you know, yeah, that's that, man. See you.